Yeah, that's right. Come on, get ready and clap your hands. Hey, boys like and girls. That. Stand just up. Like that. Stomp your feet and clap your hands. Come on. It's time for Skeet Jones. Yeah, and and that is all. Come on with Skeet. We can be free. A place to learn, a place to grow. You can just let go. Let's have a ball. And that is all. I just want you to come and go with Skeet to a place of peace where everybody can turn their dreams into reality. There's no better place to be than with Skeet Jones, yeah. Come on, let's do it. Oh, Skeet, you are just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. And that's why I love hanging with you. So come on, everybody. We hanging with Skeet Jones, Positive Nation TV. Come on.
Hey, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in. I'm Skeet Jones, and this is the Magical Puppet Playhouse on Positive Nation TV. What's up, boys and girls? It's me, Skeet Jones, from Skeet Jones Magical Puppet Playhouse, and I'm just so here to be here and to share some science technology with you guys, because you know that is what this show is all about, learning new things we just don't get a chance to talk a lot about in school, because the teachers gotta follow certain curriculum, and there's some things you may be interested in that they may never get to. So Skeet is here to share all of these things with you, because Skeet loves some science. I love science. That's what Skeet is, right? I'm Skeet Science Jones. Yeah, you call me that. Skeet Science Jones. I like that name. Yeah, all right, boys, let me get back on hand. All right, I know you guys been home. Well, you girls and boys been home a lot lately through the summer months, and you miss a whole lot of fun stuff. But you probably saw some stuff you probably never noticed. Like, for example, I know some of my friends said they saw some turtles. Yeah, in the neighborhood. And we've been seeing a lot of frogs or toads, whatever they are. I think they toads because they're brown. Out after it rained. You know, I guess they like worms or something. But anyway, they come out at night, so we see them at night. All right? But the most important thing that Skeet want to talk to you about tonight, or today, is it night or this morning? Well, we just say it's this morning. Well, anyway, you know, us TV people, we take all times of the day. But anyway, Skeet want to talk to you about the praying mantis. That's right. A lot of you guys don't know much about the praying mantis because they look kind of scary. Kind of remind you of a Merlin crab or something. You know, got the big claws, 4 hind legs, look like they can jump over a building. Well, anyway, we're going to talk to you about the benefits of the praying mantis, all right? We're not going to get too technical. I know, we kind of young, some of them, we just want to know a little bit about it. And you get a chance to look at the film while Skeet tell you about it, okay? All right. And I know they look kind of scary right now standing, but what's going on behind me? Oh my, they big. All right, anyway, let's go, kids. Let's talk some science. All right, the praying mantis, the benefit of this insect, all right? They're actually called generalists, which means they eat a variety of things. They prey on both bothersome insects and beneficial insects. That means good or bad insects, all right? They are carnivores. They dine primarily on insects like flies, crickets, moths, grasshoppers, and mosquitoes. Whew, I'm glad they eat the mosquitoes, because man, them things can make you itch. You know what I'm saying? Especially on them hot summer days. Well, anyway, they even feast and prey over, prey that's 3 times their size, which means about my size, or your size. Including, I'm already kidding, they can't eat us, we too big. All right, well anyway, it's just including small animals like frogs, lizards, and even hummingbirds. So that is what Skeet is here to talk mainly about, is the hummingbird. Because we want to protect this insect. My bad, I mean this bird. Skeet get confused sometimes. Well anyway, this is the deal with the praying mantis. They sometimes are considered a friend to farmers and gardeners since they work well, is a natural form of pest control. That's, you know what I mean? They don't have to worry about using sprays and all that stuff, endangering the, the environment and messing our soil up and then getting in our food. All right, so they help us out. However, keep in mind, they will eat good bugs too. So you need the good bugs to help get rid of the bad bugs. But sometimes the praying mantis get a little bit confused. He just hungry. You know how it is when you wake up, you just hungry. You don't care if it's cereal, crackers, or bread. You just hungry. So that's how they feel. Okay? These insects will eat each other too. In fact, the praying mantis are famous for being cannibalistic, which means sometimes the female will eat the male just after mating, because they're trying to lay some eggs, That's kind of deep stuff. You may want to talk to your parents about that one, boys and girls. So anyway, although they do eat beneficial insects, occasionally they have preference for insects that do great things to help control the crops, such as grasshoppers, beetles, and small insects. Oh, my bad. No, they're going after insects that's bad for our crops. Yeah, Skeet messed up on that one. I'm trying to remember all this stuff, kids, Well, anyway, we also want to talk about them in the hummingbird. We're getting back to the hummingbird, okay? Recently, mantises have been gaining some notoriety for preying on large animals such as lizards, small birds, in the north part of America. Like the Carolina mantises, they pretty big. They large enough to take on a prey as big as a hummingbird. So those some big praying mantises down in the country part of the North America. Okay? However, there are several non-native species introduced in the 1800s to help control insects, and they have been naturalized in North America. So that's how they come here. The Chinese mantis is one of those most widespread and the largest, growing up to 4 inches. The species particularly perhaps in part because of their size. Okay? All right, now we're going to talk about the hummingbird. They have been known to occasionally catch hummingbirds at a feeder, especially if they're very hungry and they mistake the bird for a bee, or the insect seeks sugary water. So that's the kind of stuff, that make the mantis go after the hummingbird, only because, the hummingbird be at the feeder, praying mantis think he's a bee. So he just eat him, just like that. So anyway, so we got to kind of help him out. Watch out hummingbirds and the mantis. Just look at you see a mantis too close to the bird feeder, might have to ask your parents to move them. Okay? All right. So we just want to let you guys know that you might be seeing some in your backyard, because now that it's getting cool, it's the fall time, leaves coming down, the bushes are not going to be as thick as they used to be, and you might be able to see the mantis, because mainly they can hide. They camouflage, because they green, brown, same color as the bush. So you may see them making a nest. So you may see a nest which looks like a cocoon. And so the little eggs stay in there all winter long. So then when the spring time come, the sun will heat it up, burn a hole in it. The next thing you know, the praying mantis hatch, the little babies, they real small like a dot, so you won't be able to see them. And there'll be thousands of them fall out of that nest, but not all of them make it, because they might get eaten by other, other insects, other small animals. So anyway, this is basically what we wanted to talk about today. Is just, tell your parents just to keep an eye on the hummingbirds, because the mantis is going to be pretty gone soon. Once it get cool, they're going to be dying off, because it's going to be too cold. They're going to mate, lay their eggs, and just die off. But the male's going to get eaten, so they won't have a chance to die off. So anyway, that is all Skeet got for you today on the praying mantis. Remember, the North Carolina praying mantis is 4 inches long. They are huge. The Chinese praying mantis came over here to help the farmers. So that's just a summary real quick about the praying mantis. Now, Skeet will be back to talk about some other insects and other animals for us to look out for. So thank you, boys and girls, and I hope you guys enjoy the story time that's coming up. We got an author who wrote a children's book, and they're here to read it to you. So I hope you enjoy the story. Spread the word, share this file. We're on social media. If you need Skeet to come to your birthday party on Zoom, have your parents email me at jerryvoicelive@gmail.com. It's at the bottom there. All right? In case you can't spell, show it to your parents. And I'll be able to come to your birthday party and sing and show you and show you some music videos. We can dance and have some fun for 30 minutes. So check us out. JerryVoiceLive@gmail.com. Skeet Jones. Party with Skeet Jones. So let's dance, y'all. We're going to have some fun, kids. Come on now. Oh, yeah, check out my new necklace, y'all. I got a necklace out called Skeet Jones Necklace. If you want one, just email me at jerryvoicelive@gmail.com. I'll have my own email soon. Anyway, take care, boys and girls. And thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Skeet Jones, and this is the Magic Puppet Playhouse. Not just the puppet, but the Magic Puppet Playhouse. And remember, kids, it takes a puppet to raise a kid in the village. Take care, y'all. Peace. Hey, boys and girls, it's Skeet Jones, and I have one question for you. What time is it? I can't hear you. What time is it? One more time. What time is it? Yes, boys and girls, it's storytelling time on the Magical Puppet Playhouse with Skeet Jones and friends. Let's give a warm welcome to our storyteller on Positive Nation TV. Yay!
Welcome to Storytime. My name is Tamika Reed, and I am here to read to you today Nicole and the Shining Star. Nicole, it's time for bed, Nicole's mother said. Yes, Mom, Nicole replied. Come on and let me tuck you in, her mother told her. Mom! Yes, Nicole, I miss Daddy, she said while climbing into bed. Well, I miss your daddy too, sweetheart, but Daddy is up in heaven with the angels, the mother explained to her daughter. When is he coming back? Nicole asked. Your daddy isn't coming back, but he will always be in your heart. My heart? Nicole asked. Yes, your heart, Nicole, her mother responded while gently tapping the center of Nicole's chest. Now it's time for bed. Okay, Mom. Good night. Miss Yvonne had been raising Nicole alone for the past year, ever since Nicole's father's death. Nicole was now 4 years old. Her dad passed away when she was 3 years of age. Nicole had a close relationship with her father, seeing and speaking to him a lot before he was called home to be with the Lord. Good night, Nicole. I love you, her mother said before walking out of the bedroom. When Miss Yvonne turned around to take one last look at her daughter, she observed Nicole's room shining brightly. It almost seemed as though the light was on, but a star shining through the window illuminated the room. As Nicole's mother walked over to the window to close the curtain, Nicole whispered, Mom, please don't close the curtain. Okay, but you must go to sleep. Yes, Mom, Nicole said. Wow, that star is shining so brightly, Nicole, Miss Yvonne commented, then covered her eyes as if she were being blinded. This caused Nicole to giggle. After her mother left the room, Nicole jumped out of bed to go look at the bright shining star. With her eyes open wide in amazement, she smiled at the star, which twinkled while shining brightly. Nicole continued to stare at the star with her bright eyes until she fell asleep on the window ledge. The next morning, Miss Yvonne entered Nicole's room and found her sleeping on the window ledge. Nicole, what are you doing up there? How did you even climb up there? Mom, the star. What star? Nicole's mother asked. The bright shining star that was up in the sky, she said. Miss Yvonne looked at her and gently replied, "There isn't a star, Nicole." Nicole was a little sad because it was now daytime, and in the daytime there weren't any stars in the sky. Throughout the day, Nicole ran back and forth to the window, checking to see if the star was there. She was not able to see the star shine until it was dark outside. When nighttime finally came, Nicole ran to the window, and there was the star shining brightly again. Miss Yvonne walked into the room and saw Nicole at the window. "Look, Mom, there it is, there it is!" Nicole exclaimed. "What, Nicole?" Miss Yvonne asked. "The star, the star!" Nicole shouted with excitement. "Wow, Nicole, that star is shining so brightly. That's the only star that shines so much." "It's so beautiful," Nicole's mother said, then began to tickle her. Nicole giggled while squirming to get away. Miss Yvonne then started to sing. "Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might, have the wish I wish tonight." Nicole's wish was to bring her dad back home, but it was understood very much that bringing him back was impossible. After looking at the stars in the sky and making a wish, Miss Yvonne told Nicole to get into bed. As she walked out of the room, she turned back and said, "I love you, Nicole." "I love you too, Mom," Nicole replied. After Nicole lay in bed, all she could do was think about the star and her dad. Looking over at the picture of her father that was sitting on her nightstand, Nicole said, "Good night, Dad." Nicole finally fell asleep, and at that time, the shining star brightened Nicole's room more than usual. The brightness of the room awakened Nicole. Opening one eye, she saw her father standing with a smile on his face. He stood in the shining star's beam that came through in the window, amazed and shocked to see her dad. Both her eyes popped open widely. "I love you, Nicole," her father told her, "and I will always be with you. The star that shines brightly in your room is a symbol of me. It's to let you know that I will always be with you. You can't see me, but just know that I am always with you in spirit. And whenever you see that bright shining star, always remember it's your dad." Nicole's father then gave her a kiss on the forehead. As he disappeared into the light, she began to cry and rushed towards the window. Nicole wanted her dad. She started to cry louder and louder. Her mom came running in the room, and still the room was shining so bright. "What's wrong? Why aren't you in bed, sweetie?" Miss Yvonne asked. "Mom, I want my daddy," Nicole said as her mother picked her up and held her in her arms. "Daddy was called home to be with the angels. He will always be with you. Though, Nicole, your daddy loved you so much, and he wouldn't want you to cry. Sometimes God will call our loved ones home to be with him because he needs them there in heaven with him more than we do here on earth. Always know that your dad is now our guardian angel. He will watch over us." Despite Miss Yvonne's explanation, Nicole didn't understand. "I want my daddy, I want my daddy," she cried as her mother continued to hold her. "Nicole, look at me, baby," Miss Yvonne said. With bright, teary eyes, Nicole looked at her mother. Miss Yvonne took her hand and placed it on her heart. Nicole did the same as her mother, placing her hand over her own heart. Do you feel your heart beating, Nicole? Yes, Mom, Nicole answered. Okay, Nicole, your heart is where your dad will be. He'll always be with you. Your dad is watching over us at all times, and he will never leave your side. And guess what, Nicole? We will see him again one day soon. Your daddy loves you, and I love you too, Nicole's mother said as she wiped the tears from Nicole's eyes. Miss Yvonne then gave her a big hug and started to tickle Nicole to make her laugh. Do you want to sleep with me? Her mother asked. No, Mom, I want to stay in my own bed. As Nicole smiled and got back into bed, Miss Yvonne began tucking her in bed. Good night, she said, before leaving Nicole so she can go to sleep. This time, when her mother left out of the room, Nicole was okay. She was more at peace. She felt much better and remembered what her father had told her. Getting out of bed, Nicole went over to the window to look at the star one more time and smiled. After a minute or two, she got back in bed and off to sleep she went, remembering what her mother and father said to her that night. Nicole looked forward to seeing the shining star every night before she went to bed. All Nicole could do was smile and remember her dad as if he were still there. The end. Always remember, your loved one will always be in your heart. Thank you.
All right, boys and girls, this is Skeet Jones, and this is the part of the show where it's time for us to get our dancing on. That's right, so grab your favorite shoes or just get your socks and let's get our dance on. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3, hit it! I'm Skeet Jones in Positive Nation. Do your thing, Sky.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O. With a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O. With a oink oink here and a oink oink there, here a oink there, oink everywhere, oink oink. Moo moo here and a moo moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a duck, E-I-E-I-O. With a quack quack here and a quack quack there, here a quack, there a quack, everywhere a quack quack. Oink oink here and a oink oink there, here a oink there, oink everywhere, oink oink. Moo moo here and a moo moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo moo.
Feel the power.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a horse, E-I-E-I-O. With a neigh-neigh here and a neigh-neigh there, here a neigh, there a neigh, everywhere a neigh-neigh. Quack quack here and a quack quack there, here a quack, there a quack, everywhere a quack quack. Oink oink here and a oink oink there, here a oink there, oink everywhere a oink oink. Moo moo here and a moo moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a lamb, E-I-E-I-O. With a bad bad here and a bad bad there, here a bad, there a bad, everywhere a bad bad. Neigh neigh here and a neigh neigh there, here a neigh, there a neigh, everywhere a neigh neigh. Quack quack here and a quack quack there, here a quack, there quack, everywhere a quack quack. Oink oink here and a oink oink there, here a oink there, oink everywhere a oink oink. Moo moo here and a moo moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had some chickens, E-I-E-I-O. With a cluck cluck here and a cluck cluck there, here a cluck, there a cluck, everywhere a cluck cluck. Bad bad here and a bad bad there, here a bad, there a bad, everywhere a bad bad. Neigh neigh here and a neigh neigh there, here a neigh, there a neigh, everywhere a neigh neigh.
everybody, everybody.
Boom boom, boom boom boom, boom boom boom, boom boom boom, boom boom body, boom boom body, boom boom body. Just breathe, breathe, just breathe, breathe, just breathe, breathe, just breathe. Everybody, 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 everybody. Now clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. Now clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. I'm praising the Lord, ain't fooling around. I gotta keep praising and I won't turn around. Gotta keep my head up, keep my eyes on the prize, keep my wisdom in the front and my word by my side. I trust in the Lord and lean on His understanding and living in His kingdom. Happy is the man who finds wisdom and frees himself from spiritual prison. So wisdom is the principal thing. Get wisdom in what you're getting. Get understanding, it's all the shit will bring you honor. When you embrace, take out the time to free your mind. Don't be so blind.
Hey, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in. I'm Skeet Jones, and this